Okay. Well, y'all gotta bear with me. I'm trying to get some caffeine from this
There's a
Diet Coke. What?
Hunter saying
How's this
nothing's
dude gonna
coming
go
through.
mute as soon as I hit record?
Oh, we
Can you hear
can't
me
hear him.
now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, damn. I accidentally hit the mute button. Did you hear anything I said?
No, we talked for
No.
30 minutes and then the second I hit record, this dude goes mute.
I was like, there's a bear with you. Like, oh my God, how the fuck is there a bear with you? You need to watch out. Like, that's all that was. Like, that is so anticlimactic now.
Terrible ass joke. But anyways, like I said,
Fuck you.
I'm trying to get some caffeine in me to get my energy up because Jade is on fall break for her nursing program, and so she's picking up extra shifts at the hospital, which means today and tomorrow I have to uh do like the morning routine, like get Gwen and myself up and ready for school and work and get her to daycare by 7 a.m. I have to be at work at 7:30 by myself. Jade's gone by then, and then Jade doesn't get home till 7, so I'm on my own for dinner, bath, bedtime, etc. Well, we made pot roast for dinner tonight, and as soon as we got home, I set the bowl out to cool. Well, Gwen decided she didn't want pot roast for dinner. She wanted a cookie, and she screamed at me for almost 20 minutes straight. Just 20 continuous minutes of toddler screaming because I told her she had to take one bite of pot roast before she could have a cookie. Because the thing was, like, I knew if she took a bite, she would like it and keep eating it, but she would not sniff it. And so she screamed
Right.
at me for 20 minutes, and I just, there's nothing you can do. I sat on the
Yeah.
floor with a bowl
You're
of
just
pot
like, well,
roast,
fuck it. Here we go.
and finally I got her to like lick the like pot roast juice off of one piece of carrot, and I was like, good enough for me. Hey, here's your cookie and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Fuck it. I take it she didn't like the roast or the juice.
She's just a stubborn toddler asshole right now.
Love that. How old is she? Almost two?
She'll be 2 in December.
Yeah. It's about to be terrible too. She's creeping into
I
it
mean, yeah,
already.
we're basically already there. Like she was like having a meltdown, and so then like I wasn't even trying to get her to take a bite. I was just like trying to get her to calm down. So I was just like I held out my hand and I was like, "Come here," and like she sounded like a velociraptor the way she screamed at me. It was like
Right.
bone
That's so
chilling.
funny.
And part of it like made me sad, but the other part of it made me like really mad. I was just like, oh damn it, child. Shut the fuck up. Get over here and eat this
Just gotta
fucking
love.
carrot.
So when y'all get having the second kid?
Not till Jade's done with nursing school,
Uh,
which is in June. I wanted to start trying for the next one like in the like back in the spring of this year, which means like it'd have been almost here by now. But no, like that was at this time that she was taking the prerequisites for her nursing program that started in August. And she was like, well, if I apply for this nursing program, she said, if I don't get into this nursing program, then we can try and have a kid. Well, she got in. So now we're on hold for 9 months.
Damn.
And then
If you have a
probably.
second one before I have my first, I'll be
here's the
done.
here's the thing. Uh, here's the thing. She's already talking because she's in an LPN program, and she's already talking about doing her LPN to RN bridge program within like 2 or 3 months of finishing her LPN program. So I'm like, Gwen's gonna be in school by the time we start having another kid.
Right.
I'm gonna be damn near. I'm gonna be in my 30s. I'm not trying to be the old dad at the softball games.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be for me. I've accepted it.
Bitch, you're younger than I am.
I'm 27. What are you, 28?
Yeah,
I'm
I was
27.
I was a month away from being 28 when Gwen was born.
Damn.
Old fuck. That's right. Your birthday's in January.
Yeah, I'm about
We
to be
start
29. That makes me feel fucking old.
Old
we,
fuck.
we started trying at 22.
You shouldn't have said
Um,
that.
Yeah, sad. Made everything sad.
I
I,
know that just killed the vibes here. 5 years of failure.
that
I
hey,
don't know what to say.
that may be a blessing more than anything. 22 is crazy.
Can I use this part to segue into
Yeah, go ahead.
this drum I have? So
I'm free. I as tired as I am and as much as like Gwen really put me through it today, I've been looking forward to this episode knowing that I get to do a whole episode without alcohol.
it took 5 weeks. I don't have a losing record. I finished with a winning record, but I lost the matchup this week. Took five
Correct.
weeks. So I'm chilling, knowing that I at least still have my good streak going of undefeated. Not undefeated, fuck. Of not losing this against the spread, I guess per se. Um I don't know how I'm just like mixing everything around with my hand. Should I grab two at one time or one and one?
However you want to do it, brother. It's your bucket.
Let's do one and one. That way I can. Bro, you've got to be shitting me.
It's the espresso,
Bleach.
isn't it? He got the dark one. I could see that it was dark.
It's it's root beer.
Oh, that's the one he said he didn't want. It's not that bad. But you said you
That's
don't like fake root beer,
crazy.
so you could be in
Yeah.
trouble. And it's funnier because like when I was pulling them out of a little paper bag. You're pulling them out of a big ass bucket.
Wait, what did you take your root beer with?
Watermelon. Did you pull
Watermelon.
Ugh.
watermelon? That one's
No.
bad.
Yeah, I pulled them.
That one's really
No,
bad.
that's crazy. I got to go through what you lived through last week.
I would do the watermelon first.
See, fuck you. I'm gonna do a little taste test of both at the same time.
That's what you're shooting them both at the same time, or just like sipping them both at the same time.
I want to sip one of each
That's
just to
not
taste
a
it.
good idea, brother. I mean, go. They're your shots, but
You're-
I'm just telling you, this is not like a culinary experience.
It's like that ratatouille cheese and strawberry moment.
It's supposed to be a punishment. Here I am, like, oh, I can't wait to taste
I
this.
know this man's gonna do like to like swirl it around and like spit it back into the thing.
That
Told
tastes
you,
like cucumber.
told you. It's like the fakest,
Ah,
most artificial watermelon you've ever tasted.
it tastes like somebody shaved off a cucumber with some watermelon.
All right,
Now
now,
you gotta do that a
now,
second time.
now, sip that root beer one. And let us.
I'm not doing this again. Oh my god.
I told you. Why do you think I've been telling you every week that my goal is to pour them as far down the back of my throat as I can?
I thought
Okay,
it was gonna be okay because it's a shot.
nope, it's not. That's why I told you to do the watermelon one first. Oh no, that's a terrible combo.
Jesus.
I
Uh,
I can't imagine what that tasted like.
we need to post just that little snippet of
Right? That's gonna be the
doing
thumbnail
it.
for the YouTube. What was that like?
I see regret in those eyes.
Your stomach hurt
It's
yet?
oh my god. It tastes like somebody melted, you know those root beer dum-dums? Dum-dum
Mm-hmm.
suckers?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
tastes like somebody had a glass of water, poured a splash of watermelon Arizona into it, sliced up an entire cucumber, shoved it in the glass, shook it together, shake, 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 poured it into a cup, and stirred with a root beer dum dum.
See, I don't know where you're getting the cucumber from. I didn't taste any cucumber in my watermelon
It tastes
shooter.
like it to me, and this is crazy. The Kool-Aid's not even covering it up.
See, so listen to this. You know what's the
What
worst
color
part?
Kool-Aid?
It's uh blue raz lemonade.
The worst part is that I didn't buy the bucket the first time around. So if I like now that I'm getting paid again, because I was still unemployed whenever I bought my first batch of shooters. So now that I like am getting paid again, I'll buy the bucket, but that means I have to redo some flavor.
Yeah, I'm glad this is it. I don't have to read because when I
Oh,
was
there's
doing
only
the
one of
math and
each.
There's
no,
two
so
banana and I think two apple, but I think there's just one of
I'll go
everything
I'll
else.
I'll go through the flavors. So I said this before we started recording. All right, so alphabetical order, we got two apples, two bananas, black cherry, blackberry, butterscotch, cinnamon, coconut, grape, orange, two peaches, peppermint, pineapple, root beer, watermelon, whipped, espresso, and mangoes. This is not going to be fun. I'm really glad I got one of the worst ones out of the way with root beer. I think the
But
watermelon was better than the root beer to me.
banana is not bad. Banana's
I
one
like
of the
banana.
better
I
ones.
can do it. I can do the banana.
I love
Coconut
artificial
is gonna
banana
give
flavor
me. See, yeah, me too. Coconut's gonna give me World War I flashbacks because it was one of the a New Year's Eve a few years ago. It was like 2019, 2018. I
have a little dance with some
well
Parrot Bay.
no with Coconut 99. I bought a bottle of it, thinking
Oh
like, oh,
God,
it's cheap, and I know this shit that like I'm drinking it for results, and that shit's so fucking sweet.
yeah.
We were playing a game where we had to take shots. I think it was drunk Jenga, and I was having to take shots of it. I ended up puking, and then later that night, I chugged a whole bottle of champagne at midnight, and then smoked a blunt and spewed. It
There's
was rough.
so the cinnamon. Whenever I bought mine, I didn't buy the bucket. I specifically stayed away from the cinnamon because I thought that would be cheating. Because I'm actually kind of looking forward to the cinnamon because hot take, I enjoy
You like
Fireball,
Fireball? Yeah,
and so I was like,
you sick fuck.
cinnamon feels like cheating. If I'm not getting the bucket, I don't want to cherry pick just good flavors that I think
Man,
I'll
that
like. The,
that
the other
felt like
one,
the biggest shot I've ever taken. That it just felt so thick.
because it's
That is the
syrup.
thickest
It's like that
liquor.
sweet, sugary, syrupy liquor.
I'm gonna
Um,
throw up my roast. I'm
that
gonna
would
throw up
be
dinner.
funny. Um,
It would not be
the
funny because I've been looking forward to this shit all day.
the one that I'm the most
Eat a piece of
afraid
bread.
of is the espresso
Oh God, I know. No,
because
it's espresso. It's espresso.
for some reason I have it in my head that it's gonna taste like Jaeger.
I don't think it's gonna taste like Jaeger. I think it's gonna taste like a very concentrated coffee flavor.
I mean, honestly, that I would be fine with, except for some, I don't know why I have it in my head that it's gonna taste like Jaeger, but that's what I am imagining. Is like a cheaper, more artificial, shittier Jaeger flavor.
God, that shit was. See, it's week 5. There's what 18 weeks in the season. I highly, highly doubt I'm gonna have to lose another 9 weeks to go through the rest of this bucket.
I mean, you would have to lose almost every week. I mean, there's only 13 weeks left, so you'd have to go on a historic losing streak.
4-9.
I'm gonna have to bring up like year one winner booze losing streak record. Like that's gonna be the run I gotta go on.
I cut my
I sh
deficit to 4 games though, and that was the other part. Like I had a good week. I went 9-4-1. Jag screwed me. I could have been 10-3 or 10-4.
I I shit you not. I feel that shot those shots already.
I know. I told you.
To be fair, all I've eaten today is 3 ham and cheese sliders. However, or leftover sliders from last night. Bro, I feel that shit already.
Oh,
This shit, you know how long it's been? I haven't had 99 since like 2019.
last week, whenever I lost, we got off the episode, and I was editing, and I edited everything, and I was like uploading within 20 minutes. But like finishing up the video and like rendering the video, I was hammered trying to finish the video edit. Uh,
Oh shit, these
okay,
spread.
into
Oh
our
god.
actual weekly content. Welcome back. Oh, episode 150. We hyped up episode 150 all last week. Here it is,
Oh shit. Yeah, here it is.
talking about parenting and alcohol. Uh,
Hey. Hey, that's adulting right there.
but
Shit.
the full crew is back this week. Hunter, remember last week I did a little timeline segment for you. I found something that I want to add to that.
What do you
You
mean?
remember the segment I'm talking about?
You're gonna have to refresh me because
Just like the little timeline coincidences that I went through, like
so like Washington not knowing about
yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah, like
Got
dinosaurs
you.
were
Okay.
discovered
See, the
after
timeline thing was
George
that was a bad
Washington
way.
died.
That was a bad way to explain it. You should have said just like remember the weird facts I gave you
Yeah,
last week?
or
That'd
like
been better.
uh Wiz, like I don't know if you listen or not. We'll appreciate
I did
this one.
not.
I was telling Hunter last week, the first Star Wars film came out before the last guillotine execution in France.
What the fuck?
So someone got executed by guillotine after Star Wars came out.
That's crazy,
So I
bro.
I
have a new one. I was talking to Jade about the Roman Empire last night.
Oh God. See, I'm fucking buzzing already. This is not a good thing.
Better get some
Oh
water.
my. This
blitzed.
room is spinning. What were you
This man
talking
really is
about?
gonna puke. The Roman Empire.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing like the TikTok trends and shit like that about the men always think about the or like men always thinking about the Roman
Bro, that's an
Empire or
old
like
TikTok
You're
what's
trend. That
6 months
TikTok
I
trend
late.
been around for
I
like a year.
I'm about to say it's more than 6 months. It's like a year and a half, 2 years old, but like it's still it's been one of those trends that like is timeless, I
Yeah.
guess.
So I
Hmm.
got to thinking
And
about this, and I was talking to Jade about this yesterday. It's like you always hear like, oh, like the Romans had plumbing. The Romans invented like sewage systems, and you think like, oh, okay, like it was like elementary level. Like it wasn't like our sewage system or our indoor plumbing. But I was telling Jade, it's like, no, like it was. Like it was much closer to like the plumbing that we have than you think. Because like, do you know what a water tower is really for? Like what a
isn't it,
water
it's just for
tower does?
it's just for
No.
storing water or
It stores
Yes,
there's air in it, isn't
but
there?
no. So
I mean they're not full all the way to the fucking top, but I
right, but
assume
it's
they just
not
stored like
just
filtered
for
water or
storage
cleaned water.
because if it was just for storage, like there'd be way more like better ways to store it than in a big ass tower. You could just store it on the ground.
The
So
water
what?
tower, there's a water tower here by in Panorama Village. I don't know if you know where that is, Wiz,
No.
but it's between Conroe and Willis. But their water tower is shaped like it's painted like a golf ball
I
on a
pass
tee.
by the A-Leaf water tower every day. Do you know what that
So
is?
No,
It's one of the
I
shittiest.
know where a leaf, but like
A-Leaf's one of the shittiest areas in Houston.
yeah, I know that. I don't know what the water tower looks
O-
like.
Okay, but my guess, does it have something to do with water pressure?
yes. So the purpose of a
Okay.
water tower is they have like the city like water reservoir. They pump water up into the water tower, and that's why they have like the big bulb like tanks at the top. They'll pump like 10,000 gallons up into that thing, and then the gravity of all that water is what like distributes it out and like pressurizes all the lines. Like the water pressure in your apartment, that pressure is just from the pressure in the lines of the water being pushed down by the water by the weight inside the water tower.
Mm.
So like the Romans had like the same type of system. Like obviously like for a water tower today, like there's a pump to like pump it up inside. But like after that, there's really no, I'm not gonna say no, 'cause like I'm not a plumbing expert and someone's gonna be like, you guys are fucking idiots. I'm gonna say there's no pumps, but like there's not a whole lot of like mechanical stuff going on between the water tower and your house.
Right.
Um, so anyways, Rome had the same thing with the aqueducts. It wasn't like a big water tower, but it was a system of like pipes that would bring the water from like up in the hills down into town, and they could create water pressure the same way. So they had like indoor plumbing, like the village of Pompeii that got destroyed by that volcano. They found in like the houses that were preserved by the lava indoor like lead pipes for like indoor plumbing.
Mhm.
Like it's very possible they had running water in ancient Rome and like a toilet. Like I watched like a TikTok video on how toilets work. There's nothing mechanical in your toilet. Like when you flush your toilet, all that is suction. The
Right.
water going down the hole creates suction that pulls the water out of the tank. So like ancient Rome could have had like the exact same toilets that we have. The only difference is you would have to like manually fill the tank. So, anyways, that was just like a weird little fact about ancient Rome that I was talking to Jade about. And in the middle of me telling her about that, I found a fact that I wanted to share with you guys because it tied in to last ancient Rome, Cleopatra. You guys are both familiar with Cleopatra.
Hmm.
Uh, Cleopatra was born closer to the creation of the first McDonald's than she was to the creation of the pyramids.
Bruh.
I know. Can
I
you
kind of
believe
like
that?
this. I kind of like you coming back with a couple random like facts. So that is crazy. I did
That one
not know
blew my
that.
mind. And that was like, I read that one and I was like, where was that last week when I needed it?
Are you like looking these up or
No,
what?
like that one I just saw on, I think, Twitter or TikTok. They just come to me. My algorithms,
Hmm? They what?
they come to me.
They come to you?
Hmm.
Well,
No Deshaun Watson or
I don't, what
speaking
was,
of,
I
I saw where you know how he got another case recently. Well, they settled.
yeah, 20,
So
that's
he trying
23
to settle them
settlements.
boys quick so he don't get his contract voided.
hell no, he deserves to have his contract voided. That motherfucker is
Well,
ass.
so speaking of Deshaun Watson rumors, have you heard the trade rumors? Because now like Cleveland has kind of given up
Uh-uh.
on being able to void the contract. So there are rumors going around now that
Ain't
the
nobody gonna fucking trade for him with that contract.
so it's just rumors. I don't think Cleveland has even said, like the organization has even said anything, but there's rumors spreading that Cleveland might look to at the trade deadline find a team with a lot of cap space. Think Carolina,
To kind of pull a Osweiler-esque move,
That's
and
what I
they
and
was
would
thinking.
Cleveland
But
would
even
potentially trade Deshaun Watson and their first round pick to Carolina or a team like Carolina that has a lot of cap space and could use a first round draft pick just solely to get a team to eat that contract.
yeah, that's straight reminiscence of Osweiler's contract in Houston. We Texans had to attach a second round pick for Cleveland to take him on because of their cap space. I love how no matter like Cleveland finally broke their curse. They had a good quarterback, and they threw that away for Deshaun Watson. Like
yeah,
seeing the way Deshaun Watson plays now gives me a little bit more respect for Bill O'Brien, even though he's a shit GM. He was able to make Deshaun Watson look like a franchise quarterback. To
have
where now he's gone to Cleveland, to where Kevin Stefanski, I could be wrong, but isn't he a former coach of the year?
Yeah,
I
two
think
time.
so.
I think he won it like back to
Two
back.
two-time coach of the year. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson's out there playing like he's fucking DeMarcus Russell
I will say
Have
this:
you
or
heard talk of those?
Jamarcus Russell.
we've talked about biggest busts. Has there ever been a bigger downfall than Deshaun Watson?
I'm
Because
happy
in
Houston was
Houston,
able to get what they got for that because looking back, obviously hindsight's 2020, we absolutely fleeced for
oh
Deshaun.
yeah, it's one of
Oh
the greatest slash worst trades in professional sports history. We talked like 2 weeks ago about how we think that Cleveland's Deshaun contract might be the worst contract in professional sports history.
No shit. And I'm like, I'm glad it happened because I got so tired of the worst trade in NFL history before that being Houston trading for Tunsil,
Right.
giving
And
up a king's ransom.
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I've talked a lot on here about my disdain for the Angels organization and how I feel like they just don't treat their
Right.
players right. They didn't do right by Pujols. They're not doing right by Mike Trout, et cetera, et
Didn't
cetera.
do right by
I
Otani. Yeah.
I feel the same way. Yeah, but at least Otani got out. I feel the same way now towards Cleveland, and like you're saying, like you feel like this is what you get. Like yeah, like after how Cleveland ran Baker out of town, I'm like yeah, no, like this is you deserve this.
And Baker brought their first playoff win in how many years? Like 20 years?
The only reason that Baker looked bad when he left is because he played through a shoulder injury,
No shit.
and then they tried to like scrim.
Now
Oh, he can't throw anymore. Give him an off season to rehab his shoulder. Jesus Christ.
you want me to get remember our segment below 500 man of the week?
Yeah.
Below 500 man of life might be Kyle Trask because he was drafted to be the eventual replacement of
For
Brady,
Brady.
and then they get Baker, and now he's still there, backing up Baker after all these other quarter like it's crazy.
I mean, he's just be one of those guys that just makes a career out of being a backup. He's gonna be like a Colt
Matt Flynn
McCoy, like
or yeah, Colt
highly.
McCoy.
I mean, Colt McCoy was obviously way more highly touted coming out of college, but Kyle Trask too. Like he had a good last year in college, and people thought like with some time to develop, he could turn into something in the league. But like, he's just gonna be one of those like Colt McCoy was like still in the league as of like the beginning of this year as a backup. He just like has
Right.
bounced around to like 4 or 5 different teams as a backup. And I mean, he's probably made $20 million over the course of his career, starting a handful of games, and that's gonna be Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask is gonna probably have a 10-year NFL career and maybe start 6 games.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I mean backups, you see where Spencer Rattler is getting his first start this week?
Oh, where is he's in Arizona?
Tampa,
No, he's in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they
I
drafted
played
him.
Tampa already.
I forgot that they
Yeah,
drafted
Carr's hurt.
Spencer Rattler.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh, I thought that's what you were asking.
No, I was asking where he was at. I didn't know who had him. Um,
Yeah, no. Saints have him, but he's playing. They're playing against Tampa this week, a divisional rival. Which I mean, I kind of apparently he did really good in preseason. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous to make that pick later.
Drake May getting his first start
Another
this week.
backup that recently, yeah, Drake May's getting his first start this week.
See,
Aiden O'Connell is now the starter again in Las Vegas.
so explain that. I thought Minshew was like not doing great, but like he wasn't shit in the bed. Like he was keeping them in ball games for the most part. They got blown out by the Vikings, but the Vikings are 5-0. So
Right. I don't
His
know.
yards have almost gone. He's thrown for 257, 276, 214, 130, 137.
he hasn't had Devontae Adams in almost a month.
And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions.
I mean, like I said, we're talking about this, but like this dude's like main targets are Jacoby Myers,
Jacoby
Brock
Myers.
Bowers, and Zamir White. Like, give the
Not even
guy some
Zamir
credit.
White, Alexander Madison.
Yeah, give the guy some credit. Um, but yeah, Drake May starting for the Patriots, and I'm a little bit annoyed with how he handled this. We like I would have loved for us to wait till the bye week to install Drake May. And if it couldn't be the
It
bye
is
week,
it is very weird timing.
if it couldn't be the bye week, I would have preferred. Well, I was gonna say do it after we played Thursday night football so that he could have just that extra time. But I thought we played Thursday night football not last week, but the week before. But it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks now ago that we played Thursday Night Football. So if we would have installed him after Thursday Night Football, he'd have had to turn around and start his debut against the 49ers. But even
I
then,
just saw a pic.
even if you install him last week, he gets to play the Dolphins, who are in absolute shambles now. Um, versus now you're gonna throw him in against the Texans. Like, okay, here's your rookie debut. Um, you get to face Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, Jalen Petrie. Like, good fucking luck.
I mean, in your defense, at least they're not playing that great. Like they've had one good week, and it was week 2 against the Bears, where they pressured
But
on almost all but one snap.
We
have
should
you
have won
seen?
last week. Last week hurt. Like, I obviously came into this season with low expectations, but after seeing like what the Dolphins have looked like since losing Tua, we should have won last week. That
E-
loss hurt.
But have you seen the Texans have the highest pressure rate, and the Patriots have the highest pressure rate allowed?
Right, and that's what
No,
I'm
I
saying.
haven't
Like,
seen that.
pulling the trigger on May this week doesn't make sense.
No.
It's wild. It's a desperation. I'm fucking tanked. It's a desperation move, and they should have waited to when's y'all's bye week? What week?
We, oh Jesus, oh my God, uh, yeah, we couldn't have waited till the bye week. Our bye week's week 14.
That's when the Texans have a
Texans.
bye week. Yeah, y'all couldn't have waited that long. I would have waited till either at London or right after London.
I'll say that's next week. We have Jags at London.
Right. That just seems like not because it's the Jags. I feel like the better time. I don't know who y'all play after London, but I feel like that would be the better time, or at least prep going into London. I don't know. That just seems like it makes more
No,
sense than randomly against the Texans.
After London we play at Jets. So that's not favorable. Dolphins is when it
That
should have happened. That's the best matchup you're getting. Dolphins at home, and the Dolphins are horrible right now.
right. Where is it? Is it at Houston or at New
At New
England or at
England,
Gillette?
at New
Okay.
England.
Oh, it's a noon game, isn't it?
Mm.
Thought so. I forgot I had to shit talk you this week, but I haven't even paid attention.
I was gonna say something before we got deeper into football. But I forgot.
Yeah, I'm tapped. I'm ready for winter booze already. I'm tanked. Those 2 shots had a number on me.
Uh, I think I was gonna talk about work and give like a work update, but that no one wants to hear that. Yeah, we'll move on.
I,
Winter
you
booze.
want to you want a plant update? I'm upwards of like 60 plants now that I own.
That's crazy.
Six
60 is
six
too
zero.
many. You have 60
Mm,
plants and 4 cats. That's
If
Six
I had
that's
zero.
6-0, yes,
yeah, that's
probably.
crazy.
I'm just throwing that number out in the dark. I'd have to go through and count, but t- also like for full transparency, I don't spend full price on my plants. Always try to
I,
make sure I get
I
them at
don't
a
care. You
discount.
have 60.
Hunter, I want you to know it's not the same. But do you know how hard it was moving all my Legos? Just think how hard it's going to be moving all those plants.
Oh, Jade has like I'm not
I've
joking.
already thought about
Jade
it. What I'm
has
going to
like
do is I'm going
6
to put them.
plants and moving them is a pain in the ass. But they're all in like big planters. They're not like little desktop plants.
No. You're gonna have to
Well,
rent a
I'm
U-Haul
about to say
with the
they're
whole.
all like this size. I don't know if y'all can see. Like this is my black philodendron. I try to keep like the dark black slash gothic plants. So for here, this is a rare plant. This is a silver streak pothos I got for $10. Again, it's a collector's edition plant.
Collector's edition.
Um, yes, I
Collector's
have
edition plant
this
is crazy.
black velvet. alocasia. Um, I have these are pretty cool. They're called air plants because they don't need soil or anything like that. They can just be grown without it.
That's
Just
something.
yeah, you can just dunk it in
How
some
the fuck
water
does that work? Yeah, like you.
once. Yeah, you can soak it in water for like an hour once a week. I got a mother-in-law's tongue, um,
So
aka
wait,
snake plants. I
here's
got a black ZZ plant.
so here's my question. You said like this room is for all your like darker
I have
quote
Bulbasaur.
unquote gothic plants. And I know from getting on here once a week that like you keep that room pretty dark. So how do these plants get light?
I have a plant light.
Does that work? Because like I always thought
Yeah.
plants needed the sun.
They don't need the sun, they just need light, photosynthesis.
Just any kind of light.
I mean, it depends on the strength of the light, but yeah.
But like if I get
Like
so like
these I
for
have
my desk at work, if I get like some small like little plants and just put them underneath
I
like
don't even have I don't even have the desk light set up yet.
so
The
what I'm
plant
saying
light
though is
set
like
up.
if
This is
I
the
get like
plant light
some
I'm gonna
real
use.
plants and put them on my desk at work, like just like the LED on my desk at work, like that'll work.
Yes.
That doesn't feel right. Like
There's
that doesn't sit right with me.
there's such things as house plants, and you can buy little plant or like there's certain plants. Not every single plant needs a lot of light. Like these plants that are in here are low light plants.
Right.
Like
I
if I had to
understand that.
recommend a plant for you for your office, I would say a snake plant because these or this or a ZZ plant. They're both low light, and you only have to water them like once a month.
That's great. But like that's and I understand like low light plants. The part that don't sit right with me is like sunlight and LED, like an LED on my like lamp on my desk doesn't feel the same. Now I know they make like special plant lights that have like the light is like specifically at like they have like the red and blue with like different wavelengths. Like that makes sense. I get that. But just
Right.
like throwing my ring light over top of a plant, like that that doesn't
It
compute
could
in my brain.
you can't always do that because if were to do that, it will burn the leaves of the plants too. Like if it gets too if it's too strong of a light, that's why you've got to try. Like you could use it, but I would recommend using it a little bit far away for a low light plant like a snake plant, a ZZ. Um, Other than that, you can end up burning the plant and it will look something not just like this, but something similar
Well,
to.
because like I have like two
Do you
separate
see?
sections of my desk at work. Like my bottom section has LED that I can turn on, and I usually turn it on just while I'm at
There we
the
go.
office.
Do
So
you see
my
that
LED,
hole in it?
hmm
And that's just this single leaf is rotting away for new growth, or it's
but
pruning
then
itself.
like the top section of my desk at work, at the top shelf, there's no LED up there, and it's like completely covered. So like that's super low light.
I gave Hal a couple of plants to take to her job and put them like close to the window, like
Isn't she
or
a
it's not
nurse?
even. Yeah, she wanted a
She just
couple. Oh, especially well, one of them it's a rare plant called a pink princess philodendron.
motherfucker collecting plants like he got like a LeBron James rookie card. Like
I don't. It happened randomly. I didn't just all of a sudden start like become a plant dad or start collecting plants. Like I just wanted to make my balcony look pretty, so I went and bought some plants. And of course, like naturally, I kept the majority of them alive, and I killed a couple. And one of them I thought I killed completely, and I ended up like nursing it back to health. And now it's one of like my most thriving plants. And just being able to see it like nurse it back to health and see it grow, it was kind of rewarding. And so that's what I've been doing with all mine. Like it's pretty cool that like for one, I don't pay full price for my plants. I always get them either on clearance or from cuttings.
mm,
So like a cutting being like it's self-explanatory. You can take a cutting, put it in soil or put it in water, and it grows
yeah.
roots.
So listen, I need you to get in touch with Jade then, because Jade loves plants, has several plants. what Jade loves more than plants is buying new plants. And when Jade buys plants, that's a death sentence for that plant.
Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad.
I'd make my own potting mix.
But
Like
she also doesn't like you're sitting here telling me this plant's a low light plant. This plant gets watered on this schedule.
yeah, like I did my own research in it because I wanted to make sure I'm doing like what's
Okay.
right. I don't
Well,
I
she
make sure
loves
to get plants that are
ferns.
easy.
She loves ferns. We have to water ferns like minimum every other day.
Yeah, you're supposed to, ferns love water.
Yeah.
There's
She
one
bought
fern I wouldn't
two.
recommend getting is a Boston fern, which are the like your ordinary ferns. They look I like the long leaves that have like
Yeah,
little
I'm almost guarantee you that's what she got. And that motherfucker was dead in like 2 weeks because
they
it
die
went like
very easy.
she went like 10 days without water in it.
Ferns have to be watered almost every day.
And
I have a foxtail fern.
they started wilting and I took her phone and in her calendar I set a recurring alarm for every other day that just said like 6 p.m. water ferns. She ignores that thing every day.
Well, see, what also helps with me is that like I smoke, and so I smoke on my balcony. My plants are on my balcony, so when I'm out there, I'm able to like look at them, or like it's my happy place out there, and so I'm able to like be on top of. Wiz, did you sink down super fucking low?
Yeah.
Why?
He's playing
Uh,
Assassin's Creed. He doesn't want us to see the controller.
no. This plant talk is lulling me to sleep.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know how I had a tangent on plants. I love plants. I
Hey,
could sit here and talk about these plants for hours.
that family in Singapore is eating this up right now.
Hey, I hope so. Love it. Um, do we want to go into winter booze? Since we
Yeah,
don't want to talk about
we've
plants.
yeah, we're good.
All
We're
plant
like
route.
45 minutes into
Man.
plants and the Roman Empire. All
Hey, if
right,
anybody wants any tips on plants, hit your boy up because I can help you. I even use soda stream water, like carbonated water, and this really helps. Like it's crazy.
helps.
Yeah. You can't use too much because it'll make the soil too acidic. But if you think about it, plants like carbon dioxide. So I was like, I have a fucking CO2. Why not like, or I have a soda stream. Whenever the tanks get to the end, like I'll use some of that shitty CO2 and water my plants. And when I tell you they started growing like crazy.
This dude's motherfucking Miss Frizzle.
Hey, I got a green thumb. I love like
That's
it's
crazy.
something I'm good at. When I find something I'm good at, like that's from growing up in Nazi Germany and having to be forced to work in a garden every fucking
You
week.
need to apply to the garden center at Lowe's.
Hey, I bet I can get hella discounts. That's where a lot of my plants come from because they have a clearance rack. And so I'll go through there and I'll find out like
He's going through
the
the
majority of my
clearance rack.
plants I've saved dead plants from the clearance rack and now they're
I
thriving.
was literally about to say he's going through the clearance rack at Lowe's like it's the an animal rescue shelter. Like, don't worry, buddy, I'm gonna take you home. Like,
Literally, that's what like I have my own special potting soil I make that has like earthworm shit, bat guana, fucking or soil perlite to make sure it's like they don't my plants don't rot.
that he's gonna be going through showing us his 60 plants. Like, and this guy right here, he's a rescue. He was not doing too good, but a little leftover 7 Up from the soda stream got him right. We're doing good now.
I don't leftover 7 Up is crazy. I don't use I just use straight water because I'm
I don't
scared
know.
the servers will fuck it up.
They might like the sugar.
Hey, they like
It's worth a
Powerade because
shot.
of the electrolytes and shit.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
Um, I'll end the plant talk at this. One of the biggest things that's helped me in learning about plants is overwatering. So whenever somebody talks about like, oh, I overwater my plants, what's the first thing y'all think of?
Like you're drowning them.
Like in the terms of like I'm pouring way too much water in there right now.
Yeah, but I know you're probably fixing to tell me that you're just watering them too often.
Exactly. That's what overwatering is. It's not because you can drown a plant when you water. I could pour a gallon of water on a plant, a 4-inch plant,
Right.
but it's as long as there's proper drainage, the other water is going to
Right.
drain
That
out.
soil is only going to hold X amount of water.
Exactly. So if you're either overwatering or have a pot that doesn't have good drainage, then the water sits in there and it rots the roots and kills the plants. That was one of the biggest pains in learning about plants was learning about what overwatering is. If that helps one person, then that's worth giving a little tidbit. Anyways, as
If
you can't
If
tell, I'm absolutely
if
tanked.
you benefited from this segment, please leave us a comment and let us know because I'm more fascinated in like how the listeners feel about this than
I
than
just know
these
they're hitting
plants.
that fast forward 15-second, 30-second button
No,
like
but
a
see, the thing is, I know
motherfucker
I
right
know that
now.
like I know that you're right that there's one person, and maybe it is that family eating dinner in Singapore right now that's like making notes in their phone. And if that's you, just leave us a comment and let us know because it'll be worth it. All right,
I was about to ruin it because I was about to act like I'm speaking Singaporean.
don't do that. Moving on, right into
Wiz look like he finna pass the fuck out. He's
right into winter booze, week 6.
we said
Um,
the gang's back, but if you're listening and not watching, you'd never know right now.
yeah, right.
my meds have fully kicked in. I'm ready for this to be over.
Well, it's almost there. Week 6, Thursday night football, crazy lineup of spreads this week. These spreads are ridiculous. Thursday night football, 49ers at Seahawks. Uh, 49ers are favored by 3.5 on the road. Everyone's
Yeah, I'm not
pretty
overthinking
much
this. Give me San
back
Fran.
for San Francisco. Yeah, I was like, that was the same thing. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something.
You take an you take an SG. Who the fuck is SG?
Swear to God. Uh,
Saint Gorilla?
London games start next week, Sunday at not 8:30 or 9:30 a.m.
They started last week, buddy, but go off.
I honestly, for me, the London games don't start until the Jags are in London. Like I just
I,
associate the London games with Jacksonville.
I
Um,
didn't know that there was a London game, and I woke up so pissed.
the probably woke up at like 10 o'clock, already losing by 20 in fantasy. What the fuck is going on?
No, I woke up to Justin Jefferson putting up a stinker.
Woke up to what? Oh, Justin
That's-
Jefferson. See, he didn't put up a stinker. He just didn't score. I
If
mean, he's
Justin Jefferson isn't giving me 20, I don't want him.
I'd rather wake up to a JJ stinker than going to bed on Thursday night after a Kirk Cousins monstrosity game.
or
Jeez.
I mean, who else was going like around that
I
JJ
got
Drake
area?
I
Like,
Drake
got
London.
well, I would say
I
like
Oh,
got fucked by Darnell Mooney on Thursday night.
Christian.
He
You,
put up
you
like
could have drafted
35 against me.
Christian McCaffrey or Amon-Ra St. Brown, who
I
hasn't really
did.
done shit all year.
I drafted both of them in two different leagues.
Sorry to hear that. Uh, London games, Jaguars at Bears. Jaguars finally got one. But Bears are favored by 2.5.
Yeah, give me the. Ooh, I was
I
about
know
to
this
say, give me the
one's
Bears.
was a little tough.
Bears are favored?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Bears are favored by 2.5. Jacksonville does. They play
Really?
great in London.
They do play good in London. Bears got a scrappy little defense though.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
Chicago
And
this week, and if Jacks lose or if Jacks wins, I'll take them next week. But right now, or
uh
on paper,
I also
Bears
feel
are
like
a better team.
Caleb Williams is trending up. Like he's starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah, no. Shout out Wiz for trading me Caleb Williams and Dynasty for Tank Dell in the second.
Yeah, I'm rebuilding. Don't worry about it.
Uh this
You're
game,
rebuilding from the rebuild.
this
The
game
rebuild
makes me
started
sick.
this year.
Uh it it started and ended and then started over. It's like it's like
I
Apple
was a playoff
iOS.
team last year.
It's like Apple iOS updates. He's on rebuild 17.2. Um this game, so like Texans go to New England below 500 game of the week apparently. Houston's favored by 7. Now,
Yeah, I'm taking that.
Nico just went on IR.
I don't give a fuck, buddy.
Joe Mixon's still very questionable.
I don't give a fuck, buddy.
But
Also, Damian Pierce is back this week too.
our defensive captain on Sunday night after the Dolphins game went out, got drunk, and choked somebody on the sidewalk and got arrested.
I forgot
So,
about that.
so he's out for this game. 7 is a lot. And Drake May's starting. Is that going to be a good or bad thing? I'm gonna play it
What?
safe. I can't realistically pick New England in this game. Okay, this game I like. Washington at Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 6.5. Jaden Daniels versus Lamar Jackson. I like
Yeah,
Washington. I think this
I
game's
was
gonna
about to
be a
say, give me Washington
shootout.
to cover.
I think this game is gonna be high scoring. These two quarterbacks are about to go to war. Cleveland is at Philly. Philly's favored by 9.5. Philly's coming off the bye. I'm taking Philly.
I want to take Cleveland because that's such a high fucking spread.
It is.
But like you just
The-
said, Philly's coming back off a bye, and they get AJ Brown back. There's no way
exactly.
they're
And
losing
Cleveland's not
or
starting
they're winning by
Deshaun, are
less than
they?
10. They are.
Oh, quick tie-in from this game. I forgot to mention it. I'm talking Patriots earlier. Um, but how I feel like they're not really doing Drake May as good as they could be. Also, there's multiple receivers popping up on the trade market right now. The Cleveland Browns have said, or I guess there's rumors that the Cleveland Browns are looking for a 3rd-round pick for Amari Cooper.
Which is crazy
How
to
do you
me,
not pay
especially
that if you're the Patriots? A 3rd-round pick?
I wouldn't be upset if Houston sent that for Amari after Nico got hurt. Like,
And
that's a
then
3rd round pick. Who gives a fuck?
there's also rumors that the price for Adams in Las Vegas is a 2nd-round pick. To me, that's even more of a layup. If I'm New England, I'll pay either one of them. I'll pay both of them. Give me Devontae and Amari, 2nd and a 3rd.
Do you see where the Chiefs are the only one willing to answer the asking price to the 2nd round pick for Devontae?
And the Raiders have already said they're not trading him in division.
Thank God.
I mean,
Hopkins
like,
is rumored to be available too.
who cares? They just torched New Orleans. New Orleans got a decent defense. They just torched New Orleans with 0 wide receivers.
Travis Kelce.
They literally had Travis Kelce, a rookie, and a
Juju,
waiver wire running
Juju
back.
Smith. Yeah.
There were they were talking about on the broadcast. There were times that the Chiefs had more tight ends on the field than wide receivers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Arizona at Green Bay. Green Bay's favored by 5. My gut wants Green Bay here.
Yeah, same. But also, I feel like that's a pretty big spread for Kyler. How did the game end last week?
The Cardinals game, I do not
Cardinals
remember.
won. That's right. Cardinals beat the Niners. Give me the Cardinals to
See,
or
so
to
here,
cover.
so I'm gonna go with Green Bay. This is our first different pick. My thought process here is the same as it was with Jags. I thought Jags being favored by 3 was a trap, but I said like this feels like that game where like Vegas wants me to go a certain way. And I feel like Vegas wants me to look at this and be like 5 is a lot, but I'm gonna take. Okay,
Did
Bucks at Saints. Bucks are favored by 3.5 on the road. The stats say that you take the divisional home underdog. However,
also this
that
is the
did
Mike.
not work out for Baltimore Cincy last week.
There's also the Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore beef to put into this also.
Didn't know they had beef.
Bro, they get in a fight like every time they play.
Thing. Um, don't know which way I want to go here.
I'm
Tampa Bay just
gonna go
had that
Tampa.
brutal overtime loss to the Falcons. I'm gonna take New Orleans. I mean, make it a field goal. It's fine. Okay. Colts at Titans. Titans are favored by 2.5. Titans being
Which
favored
is
feels weird.
crazy.
They're coming off
Take it, man.
by,
Yeah, fuck Tennessee. Tennessee's just trash.
yeah, I'm gonna take Colts in the points. In Joe Flacco, we trust. Um,
Is
Chargers at,
Flacco starting again?
far as I know, I haven't heard that he's not.
Anthony Richardson was like a possibility to start up until Friday last week. So I don't know.
Um, Titans also, or
Wake
not
up.
Titans, Colts also
Wake up.
cut this week, cut the corner in the meme, like the Jags Colts meme of the corner diving for Brian Thomas Jr. He got cut today.
I saw that.
Okay, divisional game, Chargers, Broncos. Broncos are 3-point underdogs at home. Did the
Um,
Chargers play last week or were they were on bye? Now there is
they.
tension apparently between Sean Payton and Bo Nix. They got into it pretty good on the sidelines last week.
I don't want to overthink it.
See, here's
I'm
where
gonna. I'm gonna go with
go
my
with
gut.
I'm gonna stick to the stats and take the divisional home dog. All right. Steelers at Raiders. Raiders are favored by 3. I'm taking the Steelers. I don't
The
think the Raiders are
Steelers
that.
are favored. The Steelers are favored by 3, not the Raiders.
That's what I meant. Uh, yeah, I don't think the Raiders are that good.
I don't either. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Lions at Dallas. Lions are favored by 3 at Dallas, and I'm going to take the Lions. I think they're going to beat Dallas's ass.
I Deron Bland's back. I don't
That
know if you
that
saw that or not.
offense, that Detroit offense was cooking last week, 2 weeks
Who did
ago.
they play last week?
2 weeks ago, they
Who
didn't
did
play
they
Yeah,
last week,
they had a bye last week.
but they beat the hell out of Seattle the week before that. So yeah, you
Yeah,
get
I'm picking
Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit's also coming off bye, easy. Uh, Falcons at Panthers. Panthers are 6-point
Falcons are
underdogs.
favored by 6.
Correct. On the
Spit
road.
spit that shit out.
You know what? I'm just gonna go all in on my theory. I'm just gonna hammer home divisional underdogs.
Yeah, I don't. After seeing how they played against the Bears Sunday, I don't see how they don't get blown out by the Falcons.
Um, Bengals at Giants. Bengals are favored by 3.5. Bengals look scrappy against the Ravens. I'm gonna take the
Is this a
Bengals.
Sunday night game? Why is the Giants getting so many fucking primetime games?
I know and you know what's bad is like they've been playing better. Like after week 2, we thought that like the Giants were going like 2-4, 2-15. They haven't looked so terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati also.
All right, then Monday Night Football, New York special, Buffalo at Jets. Jets fired Robert Saleh. Somehow we made it this whole time without mentioning that. Aaron Rodgers came out on Pat McAfee show today and said he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets.
I think they got
That
that
would look so
juice.
silly if they lost after. Well, then again, the Bills just lost to the Texans.
Yeah,
The
this is
Bills are
tough.
coming off of back-to-back losses.
This is tough. This is the tough matchup.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll
overthinking it. I'm taking the
I'll
Jets.
take Buffalo by a field goal. a lot closer this week than normal. We have one, two, three, well, only five this week different between us after having 10 the week before.
Well, good thing we're going fucking perfect this week.
All right. You guys want to do a draft to finish it? I have a
I'm down
draft.
for whatever. I'm also
Okay, I've
hungry.
had this draft in my pocket for like 4 weeks now, waiting for all three of us to be back. And to end today, episode 150, our draft topic is things guys live for.
Things guys live for. That's crazy.
What do you mean it's crazy?
That's hard to think.
You're a
Okay, I'm
guy.
ready.
What do you live for? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're ready because you have the first pick.
All
It's
right.
Hunter Wiz me.
Things guys live for are football Sundays, NFL Sundays.
1-1 NFL Sundays. All right, Wiz.
Playoff baseball.
Not bad. Uh, all right. I've been looking forward to this draft so much. Haven't planned out any picks. Don't have anything on the draft board.
I don't know if I'm gonna come up with five of these.
I know it's
Um,
gonna be hard.
you're gonna start digging real deep. That's not a first rounder. Okay. Things guys live for. Give me fantasy drafts.
Okay,
Ooh.
Oh,
I
I
like
get
that.
turnaround. I get back to back. Things guys live for.
Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
I thought you were doing chop suey for a second.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Uh,
Wake up.
give me in the second round. Guys live for YouTube compilation videos with the boys.
What is it?
YouTube compilation videos with the boys. You know what I'm talking
That's okay.
about.
That's it's okay.
That's a good pick. Fucking don't act like that's not a good pick.
It's okay.
It's
You
a
could have
good
got on the
pick.
fifth.
No, just because
Yeah.
y'all are unoriginal.
Doesn't mean yeah, exactly. You could have got that shit in the fucking fifth. That's exactly what that means.
Sorry, I'm trying to spice it up. We had NFL Sundays and playoff baseball.
I'm gonna put
Um
gaming with the boys.
fuck! That was literally my next pick. Fuck, bro. God damn it.
Wiz redeemed himself from the first
God,
round.
I was dead set on that.
You got
Damn,
back to back.
that's um what I'm gonna do, what I want to say it too, it's hard to word it, but it's doing like man chores with the dude or like with a friend or something with guys. Like say me and a friend go work on his yard or something. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna put getting stuff done.
Getting stuff done, yeah. That's a
I
good
I
one.
know where you're going. I
Okay. And the turnaround to that is going to be relaxing with a beer after said things get done. Whether it's like mowing the grass or whatever, having a
that
beer
was
after the grass.
definitely on my list.
That post beer, like or like say you just got off a long work shift, that
Yeah.
first beer afterwards tastes like heaven.
All right, Wiz, back to you.
I don't know if I can take like all of this in one, but I'm gonna say pay-per-views.
That's a good one.
And that includes PLEs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That
I didn't
includes
think about
what?
that. Wrestling PLEs, premium live
WWE calls them
events.
PLEs now because they're not pay-per-view anymore.
Paid live event.
Premium live event.
Okay. How is it not a pay-per-view?
Because you're subscribed like Peacock. You're not paying per view.
Yeah.
Weird. Um, okay. In the third, I'm taking NFL Red Zone.
That's a
That's
good one.
a good one.
And
That kind of
then
falls into like NFL football Sundays with the boys, honestly. That's a little close there.
I know, but I feel like NFL
Because
Sundays is so broad.
not really, because that NFL Sundays, like it's
Okay, never mind. Then I'll change it. I'll
thank
change
you.
Red
I
Zone
appreciate
to
that.
College Game Day.
That's a good one.
And then in the fourth round, this one. I feel like you might try to say it's close, but I'm gonna go super specific, kind of off of your second round, and I'm gonna say things guys live for: fresh cut lawn. Like after I get done mowing my yard, I literally will stand in my kitchen and look out the window at my yard for like the rest
You're
of the day.
lucky. See, I'd rather have that and me saying get like the getting shit done
Yeah,
thing. That's more vague than NFL
that could
Sundays.
be anything. That could be building a shed.
Exactly. Wiz, back to you.
I'm going to say fresh cut.
Oh, like
Fresh
okay,
haircut.
I it took me a second to figure
Okay.
out.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, I got
When
two
you get your beard trimmed and a nice cut, you'll be feeling good.
me today. um my fourth, I'm gonna go with being the like say you got a cookout or whatever, being the guy on the grill. That's a great feeling.
The grill
Grill
Let me
master.
tell you.
master.
Grill master is a great feeling.
That is a good feeling. Then your last pick,
I'll be basic. I'm gonna go fishing. Just love fishing.
the good
I,
one.
I I've been thinking about that one this whole time. Okay, I'll go personal. I'll go Legos.
We're talking about stuff men do or boys do.
I know a lot of
There, there,
guys
there
I'm
are
that get
sorry. I'm
there
fucking
are
with
really
you.
into
there
I'm
are
Legos.
fucking
18 plus Legos, sir.
I'm fucking oh what is it fucking a Lego dildo?
There are
No, they're just
Legos. There are Legos that come with like an electric motor. Like in
Yeah, I
high
know.
school, I had a
When
buddy
I
who
was in
like
ro
built an electric like backhoe and had a motor and like it would like raise and lower the bucket.
we I may have went to a hick country school, but we had a robotics class in my senior year of high school. We took robotics and it was Legos. And so we built is that Disneyland?
I think that's Harry
fucking
Potter.
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
What?
Anyways,
Never seen Harry Potter?
when I was a child, but I don't remember shit from it.
Oh my God. The last
I
one came
know.
out when you were like probably 16.
Yeah, something like that.
Did Hunter just say he's never seen any Harry
He
Potters?
said he saw it when he was a child
Yes.
and he doesn't remember anything from it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no, I've been wanting to rewatch it. It's just, well, I guess now's a good time I can do
I've
it.
told Jade I'm not taking her to Universal until she watches the entire series.
Oh, the best part of Universal is the Harry Potter
Yeah, and
section.
like she wants to go. She sends me like Harry Potter World posts all the time. She's never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. I'm like, I'm not taking you to Harry Potter World if you haven't seen the movie.
Force her to play the new Harry Potter
Because
game.
the last thing I want to do on my trip to Harry Potter World is explain everything to you.
I feel that.
Okay. Last pick for me. How do I want to close this out? Honestly, this being left on the board, crazy. Fifth round, last Brock Purdy pick of the draft. Things guys live for, the boys trip.
The boys trip.
Yeah.
I get that. I didn't really get an experience of that until later in life.
But yeah, I mean,
But
you're not doing it in high school. Like
I mean,
you have to
later
have
than that, like I
finance.
wasn't doing that shit until fucking a couple years ago. But the boys trip is nice. I will say
I mean, honestly, like the first real boys trip I probably ever had was in Houston with y'all.
that was a good trip. That was like the real. That was my first like one of my first real boys trip.
I mean, I say that, but I mean, like that's why I said that's why it's like the first real boys trip. So I mean, like playing college baseball every weekend is kind of like a boys trip, but just a lot lamer boys trips. Taking boys trips to friggin' Batesville, Arkansas. All
Are we
right.
done?
Yeah, that's it. Wiz is crashing off his meds. Hunter is tanked off of
Yeah, I'm
his
out of here.
shot.
Honestly, I'm about
And
to. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna go take a piss because I've been having to hold a piss the last like 15 minutes.
I've got like an hour's worth of editing in front of me. So
An hour's worth. The fuck are you doing?
I'll be getting into it, dude. And sometimes the video messes up and I have to restart.
That's crazy. GarageBand, I'll just throw the. Oh, you can't use GarageBand. Never mind.
No, I did. No, I use GarageBand for the audio, and I've gotten smart, and I just leave the same GarageBand file open so that all I have to do is drag and drop the new audio. And I haven't closed the GarageBand program in like 2 months. But anyways,
Damn.
what an episode 150. We really gave the listeners a treat this week.
No shit.
Yeah, come back next week. And one last reminder: if you took anything out of that plant seminar that Hunter put on, please let us know in the comments.
I forgot about that. Holy shit, I'm tagged.
See you guys next week.